One Man's Family, brought to you, transcribed, by Miles Laboratories, makers of Alka-Seltzer, Bactine, and many other fine, dependable pharmaceutical products. Listen at the end of the program. We'll tell you how you can get your copy of the new Barbour Family album. Overheard between Joan and Clifford in the driveway of the family home.
You must be hitting the books pretty hard over there at Cal, Joan. We hardly ever see you anymore.
Yeah, I know. I dropped by tonight to see Uncle Paul. He's home, isn't he?
He's up in his studio. Sits up there night after night all by himself, just reading. That'd drive me nuts.
So that's how it is with the Barbours today. Friends, here's the way to welcome relief when you have a headache. Take Alka-Seltzer. Yes, drink a glass of sparkling, refreshing Alka-Seltzer and see how soon you feel better. Alka-Seltzer contains one of the world's most effective pain relievers. And in Alka-Seltzer, this pain reliever is ready to go right to work to give you relief in a hurry. So whenever you have a headache, drink a glass of Alka-Seltzer and feel better fast. Get Alka-Seltzer from your drugstore and always keep it handy in your home. Chapter 1, Book 85. Clifford Barbour steps out the back door of the family home in Seacliff, San Francisco. The night is pleasant, with a moon shining in the sky. Father Barbour's garden, which reaches all the way down to the seawall, is magically beautiful in the soft light. A zephyr of salt air wafts gently up from the ocean. Clifford takes a deep, contented breath and starts for the garage, just as his niece Joan pulls into the driveway in her smart yellow convertible.
Well, hi there, honey.
Hi, Cliff.
Gee, long time no see. What are you trying to do, make 5-8 over there, Cal?
Why?
Well, you must be hitting the books awful hard or something. Don't seem to get over here very often.
No, I haven't been able to make it much lately. Where are you going all dressed up? You look pretty sharp.
Yeah, got a little date, honey. Just coming out to get Dad's car.
Oh, well, can you get around my car all right?
Oh, sure, plenty of room. You going next door to see the patient?
Huh?
Thought you might be going to Jack's house to see Mary Lou.
What's wrong with her?
Well, she had her tonsils out. Jack and Betty brought her home this morning.
Oh, poor little kid. Is she all right?
Oh, sure. Throat's pretty sore, but I think she's kind of enjoying all the attention she's been getting.
Well, I'll try to drop over there later. I want to go in and see Uncle Paul now. He's home, isn't he?
Yeah, there's a light on in the studio. Poor guy sits up there night after night all by himself, just reading. That'd drive me nuts.
Doesn't he see anybody at all anymore?
I don't think so. Not since Nicolette left. Oh, here comes Dad. Guess he's going to see how Mary Lou's doing.
Hello, Grandfather.
Huh? I don't think he recognized you. Don't you know your own granddaughter, Dad?
Well, it's you, Joan. How are you, young lady?
Oh, just fine, Grandfather.
Yeah, glad to see you, my dear. Didn't know you were here. Saw Claudia this afternoon at Jack's house, but she didn't say anything about you coming over from Berkeley.
Oh, I just got here.
Oh, I see. Then you haven't been home yet?
No, I stopped by to see Uncle Paul for a few minutes.
Oh.
Is Grandmother in the house?
No, she's over helping Betty out with Mary Lou.
Oh, well, tell her I'll probably see her later. I'm going in and see Paul. Bye, Cliff.
So long, honey. Be seeing you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets better looking every day.
Yeah, grown to be quite a young lady.
Seems a lot older since she's been going to the university.
Apparently has settled her down somewhat. Not the firebrand she was a year or so ago.
Yeah. Oh, boy, I wish I was 19 with a lot of dough. Life in front of me like Joan.
Oh, your life's always in front of you, regardless of age.
Sure, but if I was starting out again at 19, I bet I wouldn't end up the way I have, selling neckties.
You're a comparatively young man, Clifford. You still have many productive years ahead of you, and you can make of them pretty much what you choose. You won't always be a tie salesman.
I hope not, Dan. Well, guess I better be shoving off.
Hi.
Huh?
It's Jack. Hey, how's Mary Lou?
Doing great. Want some ice cream?
Oh, no thanks. I'm just leaving.
I'm coming right over, Jack.
Okay, Dan.
Yes, I'll see how your mother's making out. Well, good night, Clifford.
Good night, Dad. Thanks a lot for the car. See you tomorrow, Jack.
Okay, Cliff. Well, Dad, wondered if you weren't going to show up this evening.
I'm afraid Mary Lou's had too many visitors today.
Oh, she's fine. Come on in. I just came down here to the kitchen to get myself some ice cream. You want some?
No, thank you.
Got a ton of it. Everybody in the family brought ice cream for Mary Lou today. Paul brought some. Cliff, Claudia, everybody. You want to sit here in the kitchen while I eat the rest of this?
This'll be fine. Where's your mother?
She's upstairs with Betty. I finally got the kids settled down for the night, I think. Mary Lou went to sleep a few minutes ago. Poor little tyke.
Yeah, sit down, my boy. Sit down. I want to talk to you.
Yeah. Boy, tonsillectomy's kind of rough on a little kid, you know it? I was sitting up there with Mary Lou before she went to sleep, and she looked so pale lying in bed. I said, "Does your throat hurt much, darling?" And those big eyes of hers filled with tears, and she said, "It hurts more than you said it would, Daddy." I guess I looked guilty, and she thought she'd hurt my feelings, so she reached out and patted my hand and said, "But it's all right. It only hurts a little more than you said."
Yeah.
Can you imagine that sweet little thing trying to reassure me, feeling the way she does? They can really break your heart when they get something the matter with them, can't they, Dad?
Yes, you're a wonderful little girl.
Sure is. All 6 of them are pretty darn wonderful when you get right down to it. I gripe a lot of times about the expense and all that, but I'm telling you, I'm just about the luckiest guy that ever lived to have them.
You've been a fine father, Jack. Your mother and I were talking last night about the splendid way you've accepted your responsibilities and the way you've applied yourself at the law office. And it's been particularly gratifying to me to see you working harder than ever before. Many men would have been defeated by the disappointment you had when you didn't get that partnership.
Well, it got me down for a while, but looking back on it, maybe it was a good thing. It taught me something. Sometimes it takes a good jolt to make a fella grow up. And if I do say so myself, I think I'm a lot more mature than I was a year ago, or even 6 months ago.
No question about it. I've seen a great change in you, my boy.
Really?
Yes.
You know, I think Judge Hunter's noticed something, too. He's been treating me a lot different lately. Actually beginning to show some respect for my legal opinion. Say, I'm really sounding off here about myself. It isn't that I'm boasting, Dad. I was just telling you all this because I know you're interested in how things are going with me.
Of course I'm interested. And while we're on the subject, I know that Mary Lou's tonsillectomy, the doctor, and the hospital, and all that will amount to a tidy sum, and I thought perhaps you might find yourself a bit pinched financially. Eh?
Oh, it's going to require a bit of juggling here and there, but we'll be able to swing it all right.
What I'm trying to say is that I'd be very happy to advance you a few $100.
Thanks a lot, Dad, but that'd be just owing you instead of somebody else.
Well, there'd be no hurry about paying me back. As a matter of fact, I'd be pleased to have you look upon it as a gift. Yes, something to show you that your efforts aren't going unappreciated.
Well, it's really wonderful of you, Dad, but I'd rather not take it.
Why not? I won't miss it. You're worthy of it, and you need it.
I know all that, but if you don't mind, I think it'll be better for me if I don't take it. I've got to be on my own someday, and I want to be. I don't want to be a little boy getting help from you every time something comes up. I want Betty and my kids to look on me as the provider, the person they can depend on so they'll have confidence in me and feel secure. I think it's necessary that a father give his children that security when they're little, like mine. So just let me work this out as best I can, Dad, on my own.
I'm very proud of you, my boy.
Thanks.
Here, perhaps I'd better get your mother and get on home.
Nobody left over there except Paul, I guess.
Joan's over there with you.
Oh, I thought I saw her car in your driveway.
She drove over from Berkeley this evening, said she wanted to see Paul about something. We've seen precious little of that young lady lately.
Well, it seems to me there's been an awful lot happening in the family lately, Uncle Paul.
Well, maybe it just seems that way because you get around so seldom, John, dear.
Could be. But I couldn't believe my ears when I heard that Elwood was going to divorce Teddy. I was tempted to say something to Grandfather about it, but I thought better of it. Is he taking it awfully hard?
Well, he isn't happy about it, let's put it that way. Now about you. We've talked about everybody except you. I'm sure there must be a lot you want to tell me.
Oh, not so much. I'm getting awfully bored with college.
Oh, isn't that a new development? I thought you were quite happy over there in Berkeley.
Yeah, I guess I was for a while, but living in that sorority house is beginning to get me down. When I entered Cal, I swore I'd never join one of the stupid things. But I weakened and got myself into it.
What's wrong? Don't you like the girls or what?
Oh, you know, all the silly restrictions they put on freshmen. Can't do this and can't do that.
Well, you won't be a freshman much longer now. Then you can get even with the new batch this fall.
I don't want to get even. I just want to get out. I don't like living with a lot of people.
What do you want to do? Live at home and commute across the bay?
No.
A lot of students do that, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Not much of a trick when you have a car, scoot across the Bay Bridge. How long it take you to drive the university from here? 35, 40 minutes?
Yeah, about.
Well, wouldn't that solve your problem then? Move back home?
I don't want to live at home, Paul.
Well, if you don't want to be in the sorority house, you don't want to live at home, just what do you have in mind?
I want to get an apartment in Berkeley and live by myself.
Why?
Oh, well, a lot of reasons.
It's most enlightening. A lot of reasons. Name one.
Well, I told you, Uncle Paul, I don't like living in a place where there are a lot of restrictions on me.
Oh, yes. You did say that, didn't you?
Well? Well, what do you think about it?
Why, Joan, why are you asking me? Have you spoken to your mother and Nicky about it?
No.
Well, they're the ones who are going to have to make the decision.
Oh, but they'll turn me down.
Well, then there's nothing I can do, Joan.
Well, you could tell them you thought it was okay. They might be more reasonable if they thought that you approved of the idea.
Joan, this is none of my affair. Naturally, I'd do anything in the world to help you, but this is something that I wouldn't even venture an opinion on.
But what would be wrong with my living in an apartment? I've got my own money. I can pay for it.
Yeah?
Well, then, what's wrong with it, Uncle Paul?
I didn't say anything was wrong with it.
Well, you act like there was.
Joan, have you told me the real reason for this apartment idea?
I want to be independent, and I'm going to be.
You know, friends, requests for the new Barbour family album are rolling in by the thousands. So if you want your copy, you'd better send for it right away. Yes, take advantage of this wonderful opportunity to get the newest and best picture history of the Barbours that's ever been assembled. Here's all you do to get your copy of the Barbour family album. Get a 30 or 70-cent size bottle of Bactine, the new family antiseptic that you'll find so useful in helping to protect your family's health. Then tear off the top of the box from your bottle of Bactine and send it with 10 cents in coin to help cover the cost of handling and mailing to Bactine, spelled B-A-C-T-I-N-E, Elkhart, Indiana. Your copy of the beautiful new Barbour family album will be sent to you right away, and you'll be thrilled by this attractively bound 20-page album full of pictures, newspaper clippings, and intimate bits of information about your friends, the Barbours. This new album goes back to those days when you first met the family and follows the activities of your friends right up to the present time. I repeat, you won't want to miss out on this wonderful offer, so don't wait to send in for your copy of the Barbour family album. Remember, all you do is get a 30 or 70-cent size bottle of Bactine from your drugstore. Tear off the top of the box that contains your bottle of Bactine and send it with 10 cents to B-A-C-T-I-N-E, Bactine, Elkhart, Indiana. We know you'll find many, many uses in your home for this fine new family antiseptic, and that you'll treasure your Barbour family album for a long, long time to come. Remember, this offer is for a limited time only, so send the top of the box that contains your bottle of Bactine and 10 cents to Bactine, Elkhart, Indiana. Do it right away. Remember, friends, to get your copy of the beautiful new 20-page Barbour family album, send the top of the box from a 30 or 70-cent bottle of Bactine, along with 10 cents, to B-A-C-T-I-N-E, Bactine, Elkhart, Indiana. Order as many as you like for your friends and your neighbors, but be sure you enclose a Bactine box top and 10 cents for every album you want. Send it to B-A-C-T-I-N-E, Bactine, Elkhart, Indiana. One Man's Family is brought to you every weekday night at this time, transcribed by Miles Laboratories, makers of Alka-Seltzer. Tomorrow, what is Joan up to anyway? Chapter 2, Book 85. This is a Carlton E. Morse production, directed by Michael Raffetto.